And we've now got some ladies on the programme who are fabulous. Celtic Women, how are you?
Good morning.
Hi, how are you doing?
It's really nice to talk to you guys because I love getting people on the programme who are great at what they do and listening to your CD in the car. And that's a good test because if you're pressing that next button, you know it's probably not that entertaining. And I got through most of the tracks all the way through. Congratulations on your new album. Are you happy with it, firstly?
Oh, we're delighted with it, yeah. I mean, you know, we've been working really hard and we were really surprised at how well the CD has sold all over the world.
Ladies, let's get to know each other a little better. Would you like to introduce yourselves one by one?
I'm Lisa.
And
Hello,
I'm
Lisa.
Máiréad. And I'm Méav.
Let's talk about your background. How did you put this group together? I get the feeling from listening to you that you're not kind of novices that have done a talent show. You have a sound that you've been singing for an awfully long while.
Thanks, Alex. That's nice to hear back. Well, we were all working with the musical director of the show prior to this. His name is David Downes, and he knew all of our sounds before, I suppose, our vocal sound and Máiréad's fiddle sound. So it seemed like a natural progression to try to put us all together and see how it sounded, and we clicked vocally, musically and personally, so we decided to take it on the road.
How can we describe you for those who haven't heard? We're going to play a track at the end of the interview, but I mean, are you going for kind of the Irish female Il Divo kind of thing?
Well, not really. We're all from very different backgrounds, and I think that's been the huge success of this show, is that there's so much variety and there's everybody has a different sound, and then once we all come together, the sound is quite distinctive. So we've kind of tried to do a modern take on, you know, the Celtic Woman, really.
And I've watched the DVD as well, which is fabulous. You're all stunning and you're all very good at what you do and you look so great at it. But the one thing that does come across more than anything is your passion for it. I presume it's not just because you're excited because this is your big thing now. I mean, you just genuinely love music. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah, well, it's great that you get that feeling because we genuinely have passion on the stage. You know, I hope it comes across in the DVD. We certainly were. We enjoyed ourselves certainly doing it, and of course, it's a beautiful setting in Slane there, and you have to give 100%, and we do every night, and we get great energy from the audiences. The audiences are absolutely brilliant, and we love that. You get great input from them as well, so it helps you a lot there.
We all come from families where music is a big part of growing up as well, so I suppose that's where the passion has been nurtured since we were all kids in very different styles, but we have that in common.
I presume this is one of your biggest interviews so far. I mean, this is a very big show you're on. You're all aware of that, I presume.
Oh, yeah, absolutely aware of that, yes.
I mean, don't be nervous, by the way. I'll be very gentle with you. I mean, this will be one of the greatest interviews you do, I'm sure. How are you dealing with the publicity side of it? How much are you enjoying talking to idiots like me?
We love it.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it.
It's nice to come home as well. It's nice to come home and do interviews in Ireland and England, and that's been a great joy for us because obviously we've been in the States for the last year, so most of the interviews we've done have been there. So, you know, you're trying to introduce Celtic music and Celtic sounds, whereas obviously the Irish and English and, you know, most Europeans would be more familiar with it. So it's been great.
We enjoy having our leg pulled as well.
Well, I'm the man for the job, to be perfect. I pay good money for it.
We had advance warning.
The great thing about the Americans, they just love the Irish, don't they? You can't do any wrong.
No, they're great. They're so supportive.
They are very supportive, very, very positive. It's fantastic. You know, again, huge support from the audiences over there, and
it's been interesting. They haven't all been American Irish audiences. I mean, that we kind of maybe expected that at the start, but it's really broadened out to, you know, appeal to Americans who have no connection with Ireland beforehand. So that's very gratifying for us.
One of the things I love about this is keeping people like you waiting, and I apologise in advance, and I'm sure you were hanging on my every word as well. Then I got to listen to you and your conversation, and it was a fascinating debate about whether tart was offensive in Britain. No, don't laugh.
We were talking about fruit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So didn't I get the wrong end of the stick? Because I thought the word slapper was mentioned at one point. And the last time I said that, I was...
God.
I think you're talking about a different studio altogether.
The last time I used that word on the air, I had an upheld Ofcom complaint from the government.
Oh, dear.
Proper order.
They called me massively irresponsible, was their phrase. Let's see if we get another one today, then I can blame you on it.
Oh no, we wouldn't. No, not at all. You wouldn't hear anything like that out of our mouths.
What's it like touring? Because I do a bit of club work and I travel all over the country doing this nonsense radio show, and it isn't fun being in the back of a van. How do you keep sane when you're doing that? Because it's not easy, is it?
No, it's not easy. We're very lucky. Obviously, when we tour, you know, we have lovely, nice buses and, sleeper buses, and we have hotels. And I think probably the hardest thing for all of us is obviously being in such close proximity all the time. But again, we're very lucky that we're very different personality wise, and we kind of bounce off each other, and everybody keeps everyone sane. And especially like in the States, they've always been after us to find out if it's the whole desperate housewife syndrome and that we're all killing each other. But luckily enough, it hasn't happened yet. And we do regular girly things. We've different lives as well. Méav and myself have kids, and the kids are on the road with us sometimes, and then sometimes they're not. So it's very different. Every day is very different.
There was a report out this morning that said that women now need to find a man who has at least a £35,000 a year income before they'll even look at them. Now, as a deeply unattractive man that is poor, that doesn't bode well, does it? How would an ugly guy like me get a date from one of you? Maybe Lisa first.
Well, I'm married, so you'd have to go with Máiréad.
Yeah,
I'll pass you over to Máiréad.
No, let's not let a marriage get in the way of this. I think we can have a very happy life together.
I'm sure we could, if you're willing to take the 2 kids on as well.
No, I think I'll pass. Yes, let's go to Méav, actually. Yes.
Well, I'm afraid I'm married too.
Oh, for the love of God!
Yeah, because there's Méav and Máiréad, so you're getting mixed up there now.
But Alex, it means that you'll actually get the fiddler, who's the most energetic of us all.
Well, let's face it. As a man of my age, all I want is a fiddler. That's.
Except Alex, I don't stay in the one spot very long. So
well,
you probably know that from the DVD.
Look, love, let me be honest with you. I'm so fat you could fondle me all night, never touch the same place twice. I'm telling you. Guys, it's great having you on the programme, and this CD is definitely worth buying, and of course the DVD. How are you enjoying all of this kind of great explosion where everybody wants you on their show and you're talking to all different people? Of course, this has been your favourite interview so far, but what else have you enjoyed?
Nothing comes close.
Nothing does come close. This has been really enjoyable. It's really good.
What you have to realise, you see, is that most people in radio and TV are morons. I mean, I was down at the Parky show the other week, and the man reads his questions off cue cards. He's been doing it 40 years, and he can't think of an original question.
No, I don't.
He speaks very highly of you.
Well, I love the man, but and you do these moronic radio shows. I bet you 99% of them haven't even listened to your CD.
Wow, really?
How are you being received by other people in the business? What are they saying about you? Have you met anybody who's heard your CD who's been impressed?
They're deeply jealous of us.
Yes, of course. And that's just your looks.
I know, I mean, that's one thing. It's great to get feedback from other musicians, and I think, it's difficult sometimes to categorise music, and sometimes in Japan we're called healing music. In the States, people see it as quite spiritual. It's different everywhere we go, but I think musicians just, if they like it, if they feel it's good music, they respond to it in a very natural way, and it doesn't matter whether it's, what the label is, that maybe, it doesn't matter where it's boxed in the shop or, and that's a great thing to get that support from other musicians. It means a lot to us.
My producer Tarquin described it as ooh, 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 ooh music.
Wow. Interesting.
We've never been described as that before.
Do you know what that means?
No.
I have no idea. Mind you, he is under a counsellor, so I suppose we ought to not really take his opinion too seriously. It is great music, and I think Irish music sometimes can be a bit tiddly-die, and people kind of get a little bit toffee-nosed about it and start becoming all sniffy and ooh, and then the other end of it, of course, is the Westlifes, who just do covers.
Yeah.
But you've found your own niche, and that's so important that you become distinctive and unique, because nobody wants another bland girl band, do they?
No.
That's true.
Let's put the muckers on that, isn't it?
No, well, I mean, as Lisa said earlier on Méav, there's 5 of us. We're all very, very different, very, very different, and really there is something for everybody in the show from all ages, and they really do enjoy it, and we're so different. We bring our own thing to the table, really, and hopefully everybody can see that as well.
Well,
there are traditional tunes there, and more contemporary songs. So that's I suppose the mix and the distinctive sound is our thing.
It's the way that you do it, though, that makes it so brilliant. We're going to play a track now. What is your favourite track from the album?
Ooh, that's a difficult one now, Alex.
You pick your favourite.
Yeah.
All right, okay, I'll do that in a second. Let's just review, though, what we've learned from the show so far. We've learned that I'm not going to get a date with any of the Celtic women.
Except maybe Máiréad.
We've learned that Parky's not very good at what he does, and I'm the best DJ in the world. What else have we learned? That I'm the best interviewer in the world, and this is the most fun you've had with your clothes on.
Absolutely.
I think it's been a good morning so far, don't you? What do you want at this time of day? Girls, thank you for coming on the programme. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Bye.